Shalom, Kal Halal, La Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, which means all praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, which Yahweh is the real name of the Lord, of the Heavenly Father, and Yahushai is the name of His Son. And double honors to all the teachers out there, starting with the apostles of GMS and all the righteous men of the Lord. Tanks and missiles must be at ready amid threats by U.S. criminal empire. This dude, Nicolas Maduro, President of the United States, has got a point. He has got a point. Let's see. This is Matthew 24:6. Because that's all you hear about right now. Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. So we're towards the end, but it's not quite there yet. World War III has to happen. Mark of the Beast has to be implemented. A couple other things that escape my mind. But this is what Yahushua said. So he's giving us a warning that all these things have got to pass before the end is come. The president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, has urged the national armed forces be at ready to defend the country's sovereignty and people amid threats by U.S. So these guys are ready for war, and they're going through they're catching hell. Their currency is inflated. It's about to default, or already has. They don't have any food for their citizens, but they're going to be fighting. They're going to be fighting. This is Joel 3:10. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. And there was a point in time where most of these countries, if not all of them, were afraid of the United States. For a very good reason. Because of the hydrogen bombs that they made, the atom bombs that they made, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That's their power right there. Their blessing is a sword. The Venezuelan leader delivered a speech at the military parade held at the El Libertador Air Base in Aragua State in commemoration of the establishment of the Operational Strategic Command of the Venezuelan Armed Forces. He went on to say that the Venezuelan Army has to guarantee the protection and have the rifles, missiles, and well-oiled tanks at the ready. There's all the pruning hooks and spears the pruning hooks that got turned into spears because they're not even feeding their constituents. And a constituent is somebody that is, well, I don't want to say like a slave, but pretty much, let's say if I'm a mayor, my constituents reside within my district or the city that I'm a mayor of. Those are my constituents. The future of humanity cannot lie in the threats of nuclear strikes or military invasions. Alright, so why are the United States always threatening people with the military might? Well, if Esau's the devil, which he is, and We got to find out where he's at in the Bible. This is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. So the wicked is the devil, right? He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. Perfect example is Caesar Borgia, the white Christ, Serapis Crispus. You know, that's not Yahushua. They basically whitewashed him. If not, where and who is he and who did that? That's another story right there. But it was the devil, in short, the Edomites. That's who did it. So he's right. The future of humanity cannot lie in the threats of nuclear strike or military invasions. That's a real terrorist threats right there. The Venezuelan leader said in his speech on Tuesday, instead, the international relations should be based on respect and solidarity. That's just funny. Nobody's gonna respect anything but power, especially this Edomite. Maduro also said that his country does not bomb anyone or interfere in the internal affairs of any country. Now, that sounds pretty bad. Alright, someone is behind all this terror, this real terror. This is Revelation 16:13, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs that came out of the mouth of the dragon. The dragon is basically the military might of the revived Roman Empire, which is the beast. That's their military might. And out of the mouth of the beast, the mouth of the beast is the banking families. They're in London. And the dragon is based in Washington, D.C. And at the mouth of the false prophet, which the false prophet is a Christian church or the Catholic church-run community, which is in the Vatican. And all the Vatican, Washington, D.C., and London are all 3 separate states within countries. They're held accountable to no one. Right? For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and unto the whole world, to gather them to battle at the great day of Yahweh Almighty. That's basically what they're doing. And if not, who is doing that? All right. Then, all right, let's see. The comments come amid a considerable lull between the two countries. The tension peaked following the election of the Venezuelan Constituent Assembly in July. The U.S. called the elections illegitimate. Oh shit! Isn't that passing the buck right there? Accusing the Venezuelan leadership of undermining democracy, which is what it happens real easy. It's what the United States government does too. But you forget about your freedoms when you're granted liberties. And what do I mean by that? When things are made easier for you, you forget about what you're entitled to, what your liberties are. And that's just going into this white man's law. So he made you forget that you have freedom of speech, but he censors you on the social media, and he's just calling the shots. Even though the elections were held following months of the street protests and clashes, over 8 million people participated in them, casting their votes for the 545 candidates tasked with drafting a new constitution. So they want a new order. Amid the protests, Maduro, as well as other officials, claimed that unrest had been partly fueled by the United States. How many times does that happen? In any country. Libya, Egypt, wherever they want to go. Syria, they're in Syria now, Afghan. Following the polls, the U.S. imposed several rounds of sanctions. Now, what are sanctions? Sanctions is when they impose things that you can't buy, things that you can't. They basically say you can't do business with this person, or else we're gonna take some money out of your account. Sanction, a threatened penalty for disobeying a law or rule. Whose law and whose rule? The devils, the Edomites. Official permission or approval of an action. Give official permission or approval for an action. Impose a sanction or penalty on. Punish, discipline someone for the penalties available to the sanction of the crime. Alright. Let's see. This is Luke 20. I'm going to start in 22. Make this short. And this is when the scribes and Pharisees were trying to fast talk Yahushua. And they asked this question to him. Is it lawful for us to give tribute unto Caesar or no? But he perceived their craftiness and said unto them, Why tempt ye me? And this is the point. Show me a penny, whose image and subscription hath it. And in this day and age, whose image is on the dollar? I mean, it's supposed to be the most powerful piece of money. It's used all over the world. Venezuela uses it. Alright, so with that, I'm going to leave you. And I say shalom.